Sí.
Oh my god.
Grita, ¿no?
Welcome to FrayGamin, a true crime podcast where we analyze real cases that shocks an entire countries.
Today, we dive into one of the most controversial and debated cases in Colombian history, the Colmenares case.
Today we are searching the facts, the mysteries about the case Comenares.
Luis Andrés Colmenares Escobar was a 20 years old university student in Bogota, Colombia. He was studying in industrial engineering at Universidad de los Andes. I was not but friends and family as a cheerful, intelligent, and outgoing young man with a promising future and options.
The first version. This is a story told by La Moreno and Jose Quintero, the people who were with him that night. After a party, Luis ran into a berry park. Laura says he fell into the water canal because he was disconnected. Firefighters searched the canal of 4.8 but found nobody. Later in that night, a secret search team from behind inside the canal tunnel. The first report said he died from accidental drowning after hitting his head. The second version. Luis' parents, Luis Alfonso and Oneida, thought the problem wasn't an accident. A second autopsy showed 7 different fractures in his face. Experts argued these were caused by a victim, not a fall. The family believes Lee was attacked by a group of people and his body was hidden in the tunnel layer that day to hide the crime. Laura Jesse were found guilty in 2017 because the prosecution couldn't prove the murder beyond unreasonable doubt. In 2021, a hard court said that while the girls are free, the accident theory is not 100% proved either. The case is technically undetermined.
His body was found in a water canal near a park after he went out with friends. Some people were with him that night, were investigation with the police. At first, authorities thought he had been attacked. However, the evidence was not clear, and some witnesses later admitted they had lied. After several years in court, the judge said there was not enough proof to say that someone killed him. The main suspects were declared innocent, and no one was punished for his death. The case is still well known in Colombia because many people think the truth has not been completely explained. One possible theory is that Luis Andrés' death was a tragic accident. According to this idea, he may have intoxicated and disoriented. An accident fell into the canal, suffering fatal injuries. Supporters of theory point to the location where his body was found. Forensic interpretation that suggests a fall. The lack of definitive proof of a violent assault.
Another theory suggests that Luis Andres was involved in a fight or whatever. The fall into the canal happened after war. This theory is supported by the family insisting on signs of violence, conflicting statements for witness, the delay and confusion in reporting what happened. However, while this theory explains the suspicion, behavior, and contradictions, it lacks conclusive physical. To definitely prove it in court.
What we just heard is one of the most mysterious cases in Colombian history. As our colleague Concha said, the case has not had an accurate decision and an accurate conclusion. We must condemn any act of violence and report if we are witnesses to a crime. The bureaucracy has been the most responsible for the fact that this case hasn't been resolved. Money, power, and influences could have influenced the mishandling of this case. Always remember, we must know who surrounds us. We must not drink alcohol uncontrollably, and always try to be honest. Colmenares didn't seem to be a bad guy. He seemed to be a great person. He was the president of his school. And I don't think that anyone deserves what they did to him. This is not the only case that has happened of this kind in the Colombian history. And this is an example that the power and the influences make people or make these cases be slow. They make the decision of the judges not the ones that are correct. We must be honest, and we must change if we don't want this to happen again. Thank you.
Sadly, none of the suspects faced significant charges, and the main suspects, Jessie and her friends, were found not guilty. Carlos Cardenas, one of the suspects, keeps a low profile after serving a 2-year sentence, from which he was recently released. The Colmenares family still hopes to find the murderer for their son's assassination. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoy.